Namaskar everyone, welcome back to the beautiful platform of Adhyalay. So what we were learning in last class was garam, kettle, coffee, right? I hope you all remember the characteristics of living organism. Yes, growth, reproduction, metabolism, then cellular organization, then kettle, coffee. One more C. What was that? What was that? Fill it. Growth, reproduction, then metabolism, then cellular organization, one more, and that is consciousness. Perfect. So, moving forward, we had to start with nomenclature, right? So, now see, there are so many things in naming. Before we started with polynomial nomenclature. Actually, before this, there was common nomenclature, vernacular name. As you have your nicknames, similarly, animals also had nickname depending on state to state, society to society, area to area. The name used to change. Yes, yes. So in later on, they started to name the species by this way, polynomial nomenclature. You need not remember it because now they will not ask, but little history you should know. How everything got started. So here what they did was, they saw the characters, where they live, how do they look like, everything they looked at, and they gave so many words for it. They used many words based on the plant character. Based on the character of the plant, they use so many words to name a species. That's why polynomial. Poly means many, nomial, naming it, right? So many words they use to make one word, one name. For example, you can see there is a name written on the screen. No need to remember, okay? Caryophyllum sexetalis gramineus foliae. You can see how long and how difficult it is to remember. According to NCERT, we have 1.7 to 1.8 million species. Oh my lord. How will you remember all of them? Very difficult, right? That's why this polynomial nomenclature was not at all followed because it was so difficult. Caryophyllum means they observed that plant used to grow on the rock. The meaning of this is something which grows on rock. Sexetalis like grass, graminees like wheat, foliars like leaf. So whatever they could see, they named it. So obviously it was not successful. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. And then there was trinomial nomenclature as well. No need to remember all of it. I'm just telling you a brief history. How it all started. Then a man came up, and that was Bohin. That was who? Bohin. G. Bohin. So you know what he proposed? He proposed binomial nomenclature. Now you will ask, ma'am, all this time we were learning it is Carolus Linnaeus. Yes, my dear, you are completely right. He gave what? Proposal. What if we name species and the name has only two words? It will be so wonderful, right? That is what was Bohin, Gaspar Bohin proposal. But before he could explain it, how to name, he died. Okay, he died. God called him up, right? So he could not explain anything about binomial nomenclature. All he could do was, he could just tell that what if we have only two words for one species? And that was the proposal of binomial nomenclature. So who continued his work? Now the man comes, the hero, Carolus Linnaeus. So this Carolus Linnaeus actually gave the roots of binomial nomenclature. He completed everything. That this is how we are going to name a particular species, right? He gave rules to follow. Yes? So you know he wrote some books. For animal name, the book which he had written was Systema Naturae. And for plants, the book which he had written was Species Plantarum. Very easy. Remember one, automatically the second one you will be able to remember. Plantarum, plant, plantarum, plantarum. So plant is always related to plantarum, plant. So this species Plantarum, this book was consisting of what? It was consisting of plant, है ना? Plant names. What about this one? Systema Naturae. The remaining one they left out. It was consisting of animals name. Got it? So I hope by now you know that why common name or vernacular name, why it is not good. What was actually the disadvantage? Why people were not okay with this? Because same species was known by different name at different places, right? Yes, that was the main disadvantage. है ना? Let's say you become a scientist. You are in America, from Karnataka or Guwahati, right? You belong to India. Now Indians went there from different localities. Someone from Switzerland has gone there. They are calling it by different name. You are calling it by different name. Then how will you conduct the experiment, man? You should know now. One name. Entire world should know. That, yeah, we are talking about Mangifera indica. Yes. That is mango. Right? Wherever you go, if you are a scientist, you are supposed to know the scientific names. Cool? So that is Carolus Linnaeus, who gave what? The rules for binomial nomenclature. What is it? It's the system of providing a name with how many components? 2 components. What are these 2 components? He said that the first component is generic name, which represents genus, and the second one is specific epithet, and that is species, right? First word generic name, genus, second word specific epithet, species. Got it? Now the second question which arises is, ठीक है, understood. Ab, from where he got the rules to name a plant, to name an animal, from where did he get the rules? So he chose the rules from ICBN and ICZN. These books, they had code, they had rules. So he chose the rules from these books and made the rules for binomial. So ICBN, which you can see over here, it is for plant, B for botany, है ना? N for nomenclature. So don't do any mistake here. In objective question, what they do? This international, they may make it as Indian, है ना? Indian code for botanical nomenclature. Wrong. Please make a note of it. It is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. So he took the rules from this and gave us the rules for binomial nomenclature, which was very easy. Hannah, if you read it, you will understand easily. How many words? 2 words. Name should have 2 words. First word represents generic name, genus. Second word represents species, specific epithet. Got it? Coming to the first word, my dear. First word is genus. The first letter of the genus should be, पता है, बहुत easy है, capital. It should be capital. Rest all normal, small letters. है ना? Coming to species, all letters should be small. When you write genus and species, there should be a gap. Like how you write a statement. If you write two words, you put a gap in between, one space. Right? So that is how you are going to write. Now, third thing is, if you are writing with your hands, beautiful handwriting you have, and you are writing it. So if you're writing it with your hands, you should underline it, my dear. You should underline it separately. है ना? ऐसा नहीं करना कि एक line complete draw कर दिया. ना. That is wrong. Separately, you should underline it. Why you should underline it? Because you need to represent the origin. The origin of the word is Latin. Which type of word? Like mangifera, indica, all these words, they are Latin words. है ना? We have taken it from Latin. Next question should be why Latin? है ना? Most of the things you see Latin and Greek. Why? I think I have answered this already, है ना? Before. Because they are dead language, है ना? One word has only one meaning. It's not like English that one word has multiple meanings. है ना? And multiple word has same meaning. It's not English. That's why we prefer to use Latin and Greek language. So this binomial nomenclature, it is underlined separately to represent the origin, that the origin is Latin, right? Now you are very good with technology and a computer. You want to type it out. For example, your NEET exam happens offline, है ना? So now there is a question in the offline paper. They have written a binomial nomenclature name of a species. They are asking you that find out the correct name, which one is written correctly. ठीक है? So the one which will be written straight, will that be correct? Because you have typed it, right? You have typed it and then you have printed it out. Here also you need to represent the Latin origin. So when you type something to take the print, it should be written in italics. I hope this lockdown has taught you so many things, है ना? कि what is bold, italics and all those things. Right? We all are using computer, phone and all those things these days. Italics is a type, right? It becomes tilted, slant, tedha. So when you type something, let's say in offline paper you have got a question. If it is in tilted position, it means that is the right way of writing. है ना? But if it is underlined, it means it is wrong because there it is printed, my dear. It is not handwritten. Here is the difference. Okay. So if it is printed, it should be in italics. Right? Now Mangifera indica is mango. You can see this is genus, this is species. Underlined separately because I have written it with my beautiful hands. Right? So genus is written in the capital letter, rest all small letter. There should be a gap in between. Now. I want to write about the person who gave this name. It was Linnaeus. Should I write this also and underline this? No. You should just generally write it. No need to underline it. Why? Because Linnaeus is a name. It's not Latin word that you will underline it. ठीक है? We write it in small form. We don't write complete Carolus Linnaeus. We just write it in small abbreviated form. Lin, L-I-N-N. Cool hai? Now there is a table in NCERT. है ना? You have seen it, no? There is a small table, I think having 5 species, right? Like Musca domestica, Mangifera indica, Homo sapiens. These all are there, no? If I am not wrong, right? So you need to remember that. That is a homework. है ना? Only when you complete it, you will message on the group that ma'am, we have completed all the homeworks. Then only I am going to conduct the next class. Otherwise, no. That is the beauty of this. है ना? We are not here to just complete things. We are here to see that you understand things. Okay? Yes? So the homeworks which I'm going to give you, you have to complete and write it on the group that yes ma'am, we have done it. Then only I'll schedule the next class. This is one homework, to remember that chart table. एकदम रट्टा कर लो, जो करना है करो, logic लगाओ, जैसे करना है, you have to remember it. Cool? So one logic is there that if you see plant family, na, plant family, family of the plant, always you would find that it is ending with CAE. है ना, मान लो mango family. So here it is written, see, mango family. It always ends with CAE. So whenever if something is given and it is ending with CAE, this should tell you that it should belong to plant family. That is a logic. Always plant family should have what? CAE in the end. And animal family, if the family belongs to animal, it should have in the end DAE. It should have in the end. That is about nomenclature. Now slowly, I think page number 11, Azam, page number 11 you have that chart. I'm not very sure. Maybe on page number 11 you will get that chart where they have given everything. Examples of some species having their family, genus, order, class, and all those things. I think page number 11. I don't remember it completely, but yeah. Cool. So now, after completing nomenclature, now we are going to discuss what? About taxonomy and classification. So, you know, earlier classification was done based on the uses, right? And then scientific classification is nothing but taxonomy, where we do, we try to identify, classify, and give name. What is systematics? I have taught you already. Systema, Latin word, systematic arrangement of organism. The meaning of systema is you are arranging the organism systematically. So if you include phylogeny in taxonomy, it becomes systematics. My question to you is, what is biosystematics? Okay? I am adding which word? I am adding bio term, right? Whenever bio terms come, it means it is related to living organism. Yes, that means systematics we are doing for living organism, right? So what is biosystematics? It is no different than systematics. If you are doing systematics for living organism, my dear, you can obviously call it as biosystematics. There was a question. If you solve previous year question bank, you would find it. है ना? What is biosystematics? It is nothing but systematics of living organism. Cool? Yes? Now slow term comes. What actually we are doing in classification? We try to put organism into group. है ना? We say that, okay, this is class 10A, this is 11A, 11B, 11C. Q. Why? Something is there na, in our brain. Based on that, we have categorized them. Top batch, slow learner, fast learner. So we try to categorize them based on some characters. So that is your classification. Process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on the characters which you observe, right? Based on the characters which you observe, you will do classification. For example, this is category 1, this is category 2. Hana, I have put so many species here. Maybe some characters must be matching now. That is why I have put them in category 1. I have put it here, A, B, C, D, E, F. Some characters must be matching there also. That's why I have put it there. Right? Yes. So this category is very, very important. Without category, can you do classification? Think over it. Without category, can you do classification? No, right? Without category, you can't do it. You have to have a category na, to put organisms, right? So category is the part of overall taxonomic arrangement. Whatever taxonomic arrangement you do, you should have a category to put the organism, right? So all the categories together makes taxonomic hierarchy. All different types of categories which you are going to make, that will make what? Taxonomic hierarchy. And this unit of classification will be what? Without category, can you do classification? No. Every point which I am telling now, every time these questions have come in NEET exam. That's why I have put it in the form of points. Okay? So unit of classification is what? Category. What is the unit of your body? Cell. Without cell, can you get formed? Na. Similarly, without category, can you do classification? Na. That's why, my dear children, the unit of classification is category. And I am going to rank them now. For example, different batches are there. You rank the batches now. This is the topmost batch. This is the slow learner batch. This is the medium learner batch. You are ranking them, right? Similarly, categories also we will rank. This is the lowest category. This is the highest category, right? So we are going to provide ranking to the categories. We will have so many categories and we will provide them rank. Categories are provided with what? Rank. And the lowest category is species. The lowest category is species. I hope you all remember this. Hai na? The category, which is the unit of classification, we are putting a rank to it. Lowest rank, highest rank. Now, we are more curious. We want to do more. We want to use a scientific term for these category and rank. I want to use a scientific term for the category. And the scientific term is what? Taxa. What is the scientific term? Scientific term is taxa. Taxa is actually a plural term. Hai na? Taxon is singular. If I talk about one category, I should say it is taxon. If I talk about multiple category, I should say it is what? Taxa. Hai na? Group of category. Plural. Got it? So I have so many categories. I have ranked them. I want to give them some scientific word, and the scientific word given to them is taxon. Got it? So what is the scientific term given to the category rank? It is taxon. Cool? Yes. So now you know category, rank, taxon. In every category, what are you going to get? In every category, you are going to put group of organisms having some common character. Hai na? Our criteria will be different. Based on our criteria, we will put some organisms in different categories. Right? Right. So here is your hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy. What is taxonomic hierarchy? Group of categories which are arranged in the order. तो बताओ सबसे lowest category कौन है इसमें? Which one is the lowest category? किसका rank सबसे नीचे है बताओ? This is how they will ask you. Lowest rank. Which one has the lowest rank? किसको हमने नीचे दिया? बिल्कुल सही. Species. पता है इसको समझने में लोगों को कितना टाइम लग गया था? People really find it very difficult to understand कि what is taxon, what is category, what is rank. Easy, no? Right? So lowest rank, lowest category is what? Species. किसको हमने सबसे ऊपर rank किया है? Which one has the highest rank? Kingdom has the highest rank. Right? So this is how you need to remember. You need to remember it in sequence. है ना? ऐसा नहीं kingdom के बाद genus बोल दिया, species बोल दिया. After kingdom, you should not call it, genus will be there, species will be there. No. Got it? You should remember it in the sequence. Please take a screenshot of it. You can remember it any way possible. I have given you the trick to remember. There are so many ways to remember it. Like King Philip came over for great soup. Keep pond clean or fish gets sick. Keep pot clean or family gets sick. Kids prefer candy on fresh green salad. Whatever way is possible. Like I prefer remembering it by this. But there are so many ways, whatever you feel is easy for you. Just pick one from it, and then remember it. Cool. So this is one more homework. Remember this. One more homework I am going to show you. This was, I was talking about this. This is on page number 11. This is the homework. Remember it. Then this. There are some examples. Learn this also as a homework. Take a screenshot of this. This is all NCERT. Okay? They have given the information here and there. I have collected it at one place. Take a screenshot. Done. Then take the screenshot of this. It is all NCERT. It is all NCERT. Swati and Raj, they have made one more trick. Nice. So this is also one of the homework. Okay? You need to remember all these. This one. What else? You need to remember that sequence. What else? You need to remember this table. All right. Where is it? This table, page number 11. Remember it, learn it, and then message me on the group. Then only I am going to schedule it. The sooner you complete it, sooner we will have the class. Cool. So that is all from my side. Cool. So if you complete it, we will learn about it again. And then we will start taxonomical aids. We will start taxonomical aids in the next class. Cool. Thank you so much. If you are watching it, you are my student, at least you should go to the YouTube section and at least you should comment and like. Right? Yes? Okay. Thank you so much.